great thought. What y'all think about what Dubo just said? Y'all agree?
It goes up and
Talking about the original. Dubo's right here. No. You got me. What y'all think about that? Do we go up and down?
Yes.
Why? So you saying our commitment to Christianity goes up and down?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Just depends on what's going on in life at that time. Depends on what's going on in life at that time.
Yeah, that's true. What else? That's it? Because we're human. Yeah. Life happens. Things happen, man. I mean, you know, if you miss one Sunday, it's easy to miss two. Miss two, it's easy to miss three. Miss one Bible study, you miss 2 or 3. I mean, it's just so easy. See, I keep on telling you can't be trusted because you can talk yourself into doing anything. That's why people need accountability partners. I put in my notes that I wasn't gonna say that. So, in being a committed Christian, I believe that there are 3 things that we need to be committed. I'm glad I'm looking at the book so I can spell right. To call ourselves a committed Christian, all right? To say that you're a Christian and never show any signs of your Christianity is really not who we are supposed to be. I mean, people do it. And as some people say, Christianity is the only thing that you can say you're a Christian and don't have to prove it. You agree with that? You can just say you're a Christian and you don't have to prove that. Really? Really, you can. Okay. I'll tell you this. There's some. Okay, all of us been baptized. Most of us been baptized. So, where's your baptism certificate? If I tell you to put your hand on your baptism certificate, can you put your hand on it? Huh? Some folks say yes, some folks say no. A lot of people can, because when you became a Christian and you got baptized, that was an important document. It was like your license to say, I'm in here now. All right. And for those of us that grew up in traditional Baptist churches, you know, they stood up and they said, Sister so-and-so has come to be a fluid-fledged member of the so-and-so Baptist church. Are you ready for the question? Questions. All in favor, vote by the vote sign aye. All opposed, nay. All the ayes have it. Now, you in here. I mean, that's how they took us in. Yeah, I mean, that's what, hey, am I right, D? Right. Okay, all right. That's how they took us in. All right. And so, that, you know, and then you got the right hand of fellowship. And you know, you took communion for the first time at our church. At that time we were doing communion on Sunday night, and so you had to get baptized on the first Sunday, and then you come back for communion Sunday night, and you didn't get communion until after you got the right hand of fellowship. All right, that's just how things went. Now, you know, there are some things that have changed today, but there are some things that shouldn't change. I do believe that it is quite important for people to have not to solidify who they are, but to have documentation to say that you have been, you know, baptized. I don't understand people, especially in ministry. I know preachers that say, "Oh, I moved several times and I can't find my license." Well, you know your driver's license is. So why you don't know where your preacher's license is? I mean, that's just like your Bible. And so, you know, people say, well, you know, I can't find it. Well, in my book, if you can't find it, then it didn't happen. Because you can't go in for church and say, oh, I'm from so and so, I'm from Oasis, and I'm a prophet. And they're gonna say, well, who sent you? Where you come from? Well, I know. What kind of? I mean, okay, so that's very important. I don't want to get on that, stay on that, but I just thought I'll just bring that out because, you know, you'll be amazed at people that don't know what their baptism certificate is. got baptized when I was 10 years old, I still possess my baptism certificate. All right, my license to preach. I still possess my license to preach. My ordination. If there is only one person that was on my ordination council that is alive, still alive, and that's sacred to me. All right, and so wherever I move, wherever I go, I make sure I have those documents, not to solidify who I am, but to let people know that I ain't just no fly-by-night person. All right, and so when you're in ministry, and I'm gonna get back to we're gonna deal with Matthew 9 in a minute. But when you're in ministry, you can be called and know the paper does not qualify you. God qualifies you. But if you're serious about ministry and if you want to do this in a professional manner or in the right manner, there is some you need to have something saying you are who you say you are. All right. When I ordain these deacons, they will have ordination paper from this church, and if they move away, the next church that they go to, they not only gonna be able to say, well, I was a deacon at Oasis, they will be able to show proof. All right, that they held that office. That's why it's good, and I know a lot of people don't do this. It's good that when you change membership, that you get a letter from your church. All right, you get a letter from your church saying that you're in good standing. Now, some folks be like, I don't want to go back there. This, that, and that. Well, whatever. I mean, stuff happens. But when it comes to leadership, I just think we have people that because they were something over here, then they come over here and they say, oh, I'm just gonna fit right in. No, because if your letter don't match up with what you're telling me you are, you ain't gonna be nothing over here either. Oh, I'm going somewhere. Don't worry about this. Just breathe in, breathe out. All right. And so if I am committed, watch this. I want to tell you that commitment does not mean that every time the door opens, you're here. That's not commitment. All right? Commitment is that I am accountable to someone or some people that when I am not present, they know I just ain't went and joined another church. See, this the thing that I don't understand about people. I don't have a problem. You go to another church, go. But leave right, because you might have to come back. Because see, one thing about me, everywhere that I have been, I have left in a way, well, what they say. I just missed my whole lesson. Well, 95% of where I have been, if I want to go back, I go. All right, we ain't gonna talk about the other 5%. Oh, y'all tickle me. Lord have mercy. See how you teach it, and the truth got to come out. See that? And the Holy Ghost. I didn't want to say the Holy Ghost. So let's look at Matthew chapter 9. Let's look at Let's look at being committed Christians. And I simply want to deal with one. Do I have the right scripture? Wait a minute. All right, wait. Go to verse 37. We'll go around about verse 30. I'm sorry, and let's see. Verse 30 says, their eyes were open, and Jesus straightly charged them, saying, see that no man know it, but when they departed, spread abroad his fame in all the country, and as they went out, behold, they brought to him a dumb man possessed with a devil. And when the devil was cast out, the dumb spoke, and the multitude marveled, saying, it was never so seen in Israel. But the Pharisees said, he casted out devils through the prince of the devils. And Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in the synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom and healing every sickness and every disease among the people, okay? But when he saw the multitude, watch this, he was moved with compassion on them because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Then said he unto the disciples, watch this, the harvest truly is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Verse 36, he saw the multitude and he was moved with compassion because they fainted. They were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. All right. When you gotta, when we talk about commitment, we talk about Christianity, you got to know, number one, what motivates your commitment. So what kind of, oh, I ain't writing on there. Okay. What motivates you? All right. So what motivates you to do what you do? Why are you so committed to this venture? Or if you are committed to the venture, some folk ain't committed to it. I mean, but if you are, what motivates you?
No.
Yeah. Okay. What else? Don't be so deep. Don't be so spiritual. Just what motivates you to come here? Do what you do. What motivates you to come to church? I mean, well, that's wrong. That's wrong. Huh? Want to learn? What else? Grow.
All of it.
What about y'all? What
I
about?
would say
I
family
have fun
support.
coming to church.
Okay, somebody said they have fun coming to church. What's
I
that?
say family support, like as far as I feel like a family. I feel there are people within the church that I can count on when I can't count on my own family.
Okay,
So I
okay.
look for that for self-uplifting along.
Okay, we get to a very practical area, and to this right, you know. Okay, we have some people come here out of a sense of community, of relationship. All right, relationship. A lot of people are motivated because they like the folk here.
Yes.
What the hell? Oh, that's the baby. So a lot of people are motivated to come because they like the community, they like the fellowship, they like the relationship. And I think sometimes people think that a whole lot of people come here because of me. But it's not because of me, it's because of y'all.
Yeah.
You just read that Jesus had compassion because he saw folks scattered. Folk that needed a sense of community, needed somebody to love them, needed somebody to nurture and care for them. And Jesus said, wait a minute, what's wrong with this picture? It's enough folk out here. The harvest is plentiful. But we ain't got enough labor. We ain't got enough people. We ain't got enough people to have compassion. So here's the thing. What I'm saying is, if we're gonna be committed Christians and we're gonna be committed to this ministry, more than me have to care about other folk. I put in my notes. I wasn't gonna say that. I can't be the only one doing all the caring. You gotta care about folk. If we definitely just say, well, I feel like I can depend on, you know, when I can't depend on my family, I feel that's a good reputation to have. All right, and so God dropped the name of the church in my spirit, and then dropped the love fellowship. And so I don't know. I guess the Holy Spirit was dealing with David after he bought more to come back the other night, and so he put some up on on the church page and talked about the shield. And how, watch this, I ain't tell David what to do, I just said do what you do. He came up with it, then he gave the definition of the oasis. What is an oasis? Then he gave the definition, what else you gave the definition of, David?
He knows it.
Huh?
Definition of a shield.
Yeah, definition of a shield and definition of oasis. And so he was right on it. And so here's the thing, if we're going to be who we say we are, the love fellowship, no matter what we do, every time we come here or when we meet each other in the street or whatever we are to exemplify love. All right? And if we do that, God is love anyway. All right? And so what happens is people are attracted to a ministry that is not just a Sunday morning ministry. Because let's be honest, it's a lot of churches. It's a lot of churches. All right. But here's the thing, if you just come to church and you know you got 2 or 3 folk in the church and it don't start till Sister Sally get here and then she got to help, somebody got to help her on the piano and then, you know, the choir. I mean, it's just certain stuff that the church has evolved to so much. It's just like somebody put, I think somebody put some little video up. Andre Forbes, who is Andre crazy. I gotta bring Andre here to do a workshop, but Andre puts these little videos up. He's the one who put the video up of you know, a regular Sunday morning, then he put up Easter Sunday morning. And you know, there was distinct differences. The regular Sunday morning, you know, wasn't ever about, you know, folks just then. On Sunday morning, on Easter Sunday, it was like a production. You know, and then, you know, when the offering came around, you know, on the regular Sunday morning, they were like, all right, now come on, give. And then on the Easter Sunday, you know, it was everywhere. So if we're going to be committed to the ministry and we're going to be committed Christians, we all got to understand, we all got to take a sense of responsibility for the ministry. That is not just my job to look out for folks. It's your job. Sheep beget sheep. All right? And I keep telling people, churches are not growing because of the preacher. Okay? Y'all don't believe that? Y'all want me to call some names? Y'all want to call some names of some major churches? I call one. Joel Osteen. Preaching 45,000 folks every Sunday. Why? Somebody say that smile. He preached to 45,000 folks. Why?
People tell other people about the ministry.
People tell other people about the ministry. People tell other people about the ministry. Joe gonna get up there, he gonna say, this is my Bible. I have what it says I have, I can do what it says I can. Lay out the call the word of God. And then he go into an email. The other day he tell you a joke. Then he goes into what he does. Alright? And Joel is a good dude. But it's nothing spectacular about what he's saying. Nothing that's exciting you that's got you.
Sometimes.
Every now and then.
It's like,
Every now and then. Every now and then. We'll pull something out the hat. Alright, and so the church has 45,000 people, not because of Joel Osteen, but because of the members of the church. And then it does help that Israel New Breed leads a praise singing. You don't see that part on TV. But you do know Israel and what are they? Martha Menenzi are the worship. It does help. That does kind of help. You can go to that church and see that. So some folks go to see them. Alright? And so many different factors come into why people come to this particular ministry, because they got plenty of ministries that they can choose from. Alright? And so we gotta always keep that in mind. Whatever motivates you, motivates somebody else. Alright? And so the best thing that you got going is, you know, when people ask you about your church and you say, what I mean, why everybody going over there? It's not, don't say it because of me, because it's not. It's because of y'all. Take credit, because you got to be motivated to say something positive about this ministry. Now, what happens is when people in the ministry say negative stuff. All right, case in point. We've been to meet. I think me and Will were talking there. And, you know, somebody on his job, they just act like they know the information, like they go here every Sunday. They telling him, now this man on the board, count money, write checks. And they telling him, oh, no, y'all got to, where you get that from? It's because if we committed to this ministry, then we should try to put our best foot forward and say positive things about the ministry. And because when you hear negative stuff, it didn't come from the folk out there. It came from the folk in here. And as Bishop L. Smith said, many people get mad and leave ministry, but make sure you check yourself before you leave, because all the time it ain't the ministry. Put it I know so I won't say that right there either. So what motivates you? You got to understand what motivates you. Now, the second thing is this, and when we talk about the harvest is plentiful and the labor few, is enough ministry out here for all of us to do. But the problem is, I want to say this. People think I like me. I hate me. Because this is my thing right here. Whatever you going to do, do it. I ain't finna stand over you. If you say you're going to take care of this, take care of this. All right? What irks me is when you say you're going to take care of this by a certain time and you don't do it. Then some of you get froggy and you get bad taste in your mouth because the same people keep getting used over and over again. It's simply because they have been proven that if I say, okay, I need this done, it get done. All right? And so we got to understand that in ministry, watch this, the same tenacity or the same zeal that you have for your job, you should have that same zeal when you're working in ministry. Because you ain't doing this for me, you're doing it for God. All right? And so when you look at it at that aspect, that may motivate you in a different way. All right? Any question before I go to number 2? No, I'm still on motivation. Yeah, go ahead.
And for me, June, when we were about to begin the ministry, that was one thing I was seeking God for, because I'd never been in a church where you're starting from the ground up. Yeah. And I had to really look at myself and say, I usually go to church to be fed, and I just sit there and get fat. Yeah. But Oasis clearly requires us to work.
Oh,
not to right.
Yes.
And I had to kind of say, am I at the place, and do I want to be in a ministry where you're going to be starting stuff from the ground up? And at first I was kind of like, no, because I like churches that are already established. You just go in and you just go and go home. Yeah. But this ministry definitely needs us to work. And so that was one thing that motivated me, that one, I needed to get my mind ready to work in whatever area God called me to. Right. And working meant that I was not always going to, it meant that I was going to be uncomfortable. Yeah. I wasn't just going to be sitting there listening to the pastor and enjoying, Israel and a new breed. It meant that I was going to be doing some stuff. And that was what motivated me to be here. Plus, I like most of you all. No, seriously. No.
I like most of you. I know what you're saying.
I like the people that I worship with. Right. I may not know everybody on the same level, but I like the people that are here.
Okay. Yeah. Y'all agree with that? Answer said most of it. Okay. Anybody else? You got it? I mean, and you're right. I mean, it's different when I think some people miss this. When you start from nothing, zero. My homeboy said zero. When you start from zero, you start from nothing. Some work got to be done. The whole thing is, as Jeremiah Wright says in his book, that when he started Trinity, the members, the founding members, were a group about 50-some people. And the church grew to 25,000 members. And the other membership were envious of that core group because they got to work closely with the pastor and with the ministry. But when they got there, everything was already in place. And what I'm saying is, and Sean brings out a valid point, maybe we need to rethink of where we are and what we're doing and understand that this is, first of all, it's groundbreaking. First of all, it's humbling to be a part in this time of a founding church. And watch this. Your great-grandchildren, when the church is 70 years old, and I remember when we started. I remember, you can talk about, that's something to be proud of. Yeah. This deacon, will be in the history as the first deacon. His family, that's going to go down in history. That ain't going to change. And so long when I'm gone, that's still going to be a part of it. That's something to be proud of. That's groundbreaking. I think sometimes because we have always been a part, it's trying to say, of an organized church already, we just kind of come in and stuff already, that we kind of take things for granted. Now, here is the thing that I keep telling us that we keep missing. And I tell some of my pastor friends this. I just don't believe that if God, but God did, if God has called us to a work, to build a ministry from the ground, I just don't believe that God will call us to somewhere else. But what we do is when things get hard, we try to find the easy way out. Okay, case in point. Y'all know how many times I quit since we've been here. Y'all don't even know. Do y'all really know? Y'all want me to tell you?
Yeah. Every day.
I quit about 3 Sundays out of the month. I ain't lying. Cause just the stuff that you don't know, just the sacrifices that I'm making, just the wear and tear on my body, on my emotions, on my spirit, just and all kind of stuff that you wouldn't even imagine. The nights I stay up, the nights I can't sleep, the nights I got to do schoolwork and I'm trying to read and I'm tired and then I got to get up. And so I look at it as I'm making a sacrifice not only for myself, but I'm doing this for God. And so I'm just crazy enough to believe that if I make a sacrifice for him, that after a while I'm gonna be able to have a testimony and say, I can remember when I ain't have enough light bill money. But now, alright? And so the reason that I quit every week almost is because, watch this, it's easy to quit. It's easy to say, I ain't going back. No, for what? They ain't going to listen. What I'm going to study for and try to get them this word? They still going to live how they want to live. Why I'm doing this? Why we doing this? Folks still doing what they want to do. They still do. What I'm standing up, sweating and preaching and trying to get stuff. Folks still going to live. I quit. No, I can go somewhere. Listen. I can go sit on somebody's organ and just ride it out until I can do something better. But then the Holy Spirit will arrest you because when God calls you to a harvest, it does not mean that everything gonna line up the way you want it to line up. And the problem is with pastors, and I tell them this all the time, and they look at me crazy because see, some of them gonna miss their blessing because they worry about age and what we doing in ministry and all that kind of stuff. There is no way that I can plan to have a pastor's anniversary when I know God has not released what he told us we're going to release. But what we'll do, we'll be in a storefront, but we'll still have a pastor's anniversary. Y'all know I'm right. Just selfish. Then lost the church, but you have the pastor's anniversary. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You know why? Because many are called, but few are chosen. I told the boy from day one, I said, man, I don't want no anniversary. You know, I kind of got burned out because this is my thing right here. If folks don't want to do nothing for me, I don't want them to do it for me. I'm just like that. I don't need nobody grabbing my arm, acting like they like me on that Sunday. No, they really don't like me, getting up saying this and that. You just fake break. I ain't got time. You can say them live. I just rather say, if you gonna appreciate me, appreciate me and write something out. And here we go. We ain't got to get no color and flowers. Who gonna march them in? I'm so over that. I'm so over that because folks do it for formality. Now there are some people that are genuine when they do it. Alright, but for the most part, folks that want to be seen. It's the pastor's anniversary, baby. I got to get me some. I got to be sharp. They wearing red, I'm gonna be right there with them. I'm gonna be right there with them, sitting right behind them on the pastoral aid. I'm gonna be right behind them, just baby, sit down. All right, so I'm sorry, I got off on the tangent. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, you gotta find out what motivates you, and then you gotta find out. You gotta have a sense of satisfaction. What you do in ministry, if what you doing does not satisfy your Christian service or your spirit, man, why are you doing it? If you in ministry just because somebody got to do it, sit down, please. If that ain't what you want to do, don't do it. Let somebody else that will get satisfaction out of opening the doors and greeting. They get that satisfaction, let them do it. The whole thing is, and I don't understand this for the life of me, is that we can be burned out and be afraid to tell folks, listen, my season for this is up. You got to be man and woman enough to say, okay, we need somebody when you started, but now my season is up. All right, case in point. All right, in a few minutes, I'm going to meet with the board and we strategically plan about church anniversary. And so here's what I have told the committee. I don't want nobody to have to work church anniversary. Because we've been working from day one. I'm tired. I don't want to put out no grills. We're going to pay somebody to do all that. All I want us to come here to do is let somebody else set it up, let somebody else cook it. We just need to enjoy it. Because I ain't finna clean up. I'm going to tell you right now. And then, I'm serious. I mean, we just need a day where we can just come in and let somebody else do it. Just let somebody else do it. One day. All right, one day. And so we'll look forward to that. But if what you do, you don't have a sense of satisfaction in your Christian service, you don't need to do it. Don't do it. The whole thing is, I was preaching when Kara married me. I was not pastoring when Kara married me. And this is my thought pattern. This was my thought pattern. And ABAs, attitudes, values, and assumptions. Remember that. ABA, attitude, values, and assumptions. You can assume somebody is a certain way until you present it. Okay, case in point. Okay, I'm a preacher. Listen. I used to be like this. Something going on. I may not be on program, but I might go. Just show my face, whatever. Until I learned that I ain't got to show up for everything. And now people say I act funny because I don't come out that much. No, I come out when I have to. Alright? And so I don't have a need to show up at every pastor anniversary, every church anniversary, every matron day, every potluck. I don't have a need for that because when folks see me, I want them to be glad to see me. Not. Don't he have a church? He had everything. Give folks time to miss you. And so what I did, I assumed, here's the thing. I love to go to church. I grew up in the church. I love the word of God. And so I love preaching. And so this is what I assumed. Okay, I'm going to an evening program. I don't really have to go, but I want to go because this is a preacher and I'm a young preacher. So I'm trying to learn. And so I want to go hear this preacher. And so one day Carol said, well, you just go and you don't even ask me. I had an assumption about that. Because in my mind, because I'm the pastor, I said to myself, they already have to go when I have to go. I can at least just go by myself. Then my wife said, watch this. Watch this. Your sense of satisfaction in Christian service. My wife said, don't make a decision for me. She said, at least ask me to go. Let me make the decision. Y'all, I'm teaching better than y'all. Funny. I just help y'all with relationship 101 right there. I just help y'all. Y'all need to pay me for what I just said. Y'all need to pay me. She said, don't just assume because we went to church at whatever time, whatever morning service, that I don't want to go because, and this was my assumption. My assumption was, okay, now she got to go to work and she got to get them boys ready. So in my mind, the assumption was it's important for her to try to get home and get ready for the next day. But she said, let me make that decision. Yeah. They don't want to pay me. I'm finna quit talking because you know I charge $45 an hour. So you gotta have a sense of satisfaction. So that was my sense of satisfaction in Christian service. But what I did, I assumed that was not her satisfaction because I can sit and listen to preacher after preacher. Some of y'all got to have singing in between.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? I can listen to preachers all day. Just back to back. And so I assume, oh man, they don't want to go. They just heard me and they tired. And so I took my own sense of satisfaction in Christian service and assumed that my satisfaction was not her satisfaction. And she simply said, now, basically, in a nice way, ask me and I'll tell you when I don't want to go. That's what she said. All right. Now, that's what we do. Attitudes, our values, and our assumptions. We assume. Watch this. Because everybody in the choir under, they like the choir. They love the choir. They want to sing. But that don't mean they want to stay from sun up to sundown. And I tell people this all the time. I want to say this in support of the choir. Listen, and the ushers. And other people that work in ministry, I mean active, doing stuff in church. I don't understand why some of y'all be so tired when y'all leave here. Y'all don't do nothing but sit down the whole time. Nobody should be tired but me, the choir, the ushers, and the musicians. Some of y'all don't break a sweat. Y'all leave here, oh Lord, I gotta go get some. I be looking like, y'all ain't even clap, ain't even rock. But your sense of satisfaction.
2%.
2%. No, but you done went from 72 to 2. All right. Any comments about that? Any comments about what I just said? Well, I just want to say that. I mean, I was here the other night for the little quartet thing. We let them get the building. And baby, they wore me out so bad. I mean, from 5 to about 11:30, I said, Lord. But this is what was so amazing to me. Watch this now. The church was still full at 11 o'clock. Folk didn't start leaving. I'm talking about the bottom was full. Me and Reverend Sanders was saying, now you let us preach. He said these Negroes get up and walk and start ringing so many keys. He said these folks been sat here from 5. Some of the doors open at 4. Some of them here when the doors. Mother them here when the canes and the oxygen tanks and the wheelchairs. Mother them here at 4 o'clock. Mother them sat here, did not go to the bathroom one time. But you let the preacher, I better not preach an hour and a half. Y'all be like, this nigga done lost it. What's wrong with him? But watch ABAs, attitude, values, and assumptions. Because your attitude about quartet singing is not somebody else's attitude. Oh, man. Some people appreciate that, and they showed me the other Sunday night. So I came up with a plan. I'm going to be a quartet for more. We're going to have all kind of shows. I said, oh, this is sad. Oh, okay, all right, then. I got y'all. Then I called to the Bama Theater and got the scoop on how to do it, too. I said, oh, yeah. So my NDAs of what I thought was not of value, it was of value to somebody else. And so what we do is we assume that what we think, everybody else thinks. That's bad in ministry because everybody don't think like you. And here's the thing that's what's so awesome about a church is that we have to consider other folk. See, at your house, when you and your husband make decisions, okay, we're going to get some drink, you don't have to meet with the children and say, little Johnny, what you think about this? You don't have to meet with him, because, what y'all say, they go. And so, y'all are correct. So, and we bring some of that into ministry. And so we got to always check ourselves and understand that our sense of satisfaction and what we do, there are some people, listen, they don't like no paper on the floor, and Deke one of them. Deke will come in here on Saturday, he don't say nothing to nobody, he'll vacuum, he'll sweep, he don't like it, he want to tidy up. He is not waiting on somebody to do that. He does that because that's his sense of satisfaction in service. So his sense of satisfaction in Christian service and your sense of satisfaction in Christian service is totally different. Alright? Alright. And let me get to the last one, then we're going to be done. You got anything to say about that? Y'all? Peoples of God? Nothing? I guess I'm doing pretty good then. Alright. Then lastly, if the harvest is plentiful and the labors are few, how do we enlist people for service? How do we do that? How do we recognize who gonna serve? We have a job. Not a job. What we had Sunday? We had a minister sign up, and we're gonna do a minister fair in the near future. And so, what did that look like? Tell me what that looked like. I wasn't out there, but kind of give me a picture of what did that look like.
There were a lot of people that were just appreciative of the fact that there was an opportunity for them to sign up for ministry. And Sunday after Sunday, you say, if you want to be involved, see me. And then there were lines of people on both sides of the table actually signing up. So just presenting that opportunity in a different way other than having to go to the pastor or to put that burden on the pastor generated an interest in people being excited about, oh, what can I do here? What can I do there? Well, I'm undecided. Well, see me next Sunday and I show you where you need to go. And people call, I say, hey, I'll be the person that will call you. You have my number, call me whenever. And just somebody being willing to take that on and reach out to them has made a difference.
Great. Simple things can do wonders for ministry. Wonders. A simple gesture of just putting the table out there and saying, this is ministry, all this stuff, because people don't know what we have to offer. Yeah, I say see me, but folks be like, I don't want to go talk to him. They don't. Some people think I'm mean. I am mean. I don't want to be. Case in point. What motivates you? I had John Michael, of course John Michael's wearing glasses now. We all of us wear glasses. I don't know where they get that from, but we all wear glasses, JR, and of course their mother took them to get glasses. And so that's good. Daddy does what he does. Just tell me how much it is and I'll take care of it, okay? They picked out some glasses, John Michael glasses. It was nice, and something happened. They weren't fitting him quite right, okay? And so I told Kara, I said, well, go back up there, and took the place where we got the glasses from. We have insurance. Got 2 insurance. As a matter of fact, just tell them he needs some more glasses. So she went to the place, and they said, well, we don't do that. We don't do exchange, all that kind of stuff. So she texted me, I'm coming from work today, and she says, I went up there, I did what you asked me to do, and they said they cannot do it. I said, okay, all right. And then she said, well, they said they got it in black and white right here. Okay, they got it. I said, well, I'm going to call the insurance. No. So I called the insurance, and sometimes to enlist people for service, you have to get on their level. And so I called the insurance company, and I did not raise my voice. I didn't cuss them out. I didn't say anything derogatory. I simply said, ma'am, my son is 5 years old, and this is his first time wearing glasses. These glasses are not fitting. I understand that you have something in black and white that says that we can exchange the glasses unless something of this, that, and the other happen. I said, but I'm not, I pay good money for insurance, and I'm working hard, and I'm trying to provide for my family, and my son needs another set of glasses. And I said, now, we can do this one or two ways. I said, you know, we can take care of this now, or I can write a letter to corporate, and what is your name, ma'am? And she said, sir, I will call. Where did you get the glasses from? I said, it should be on the account. And she said, oh, okay, you got it from whatever it was. And she said, I'm calling right now, hold on. And so Carol was still in the store. I text Carol and said, they're talking to the eye doctor right now. In the meantime, I'm on hold. I don't know what's going on that end, but I know because I enlisted her for her service and got on her level that she was trying to work something out for me. Well, I get a text while I'm coming down the road. I get a text from Carol that says, I'm so embarrassed. She said, watch this. She said, JR said, my dad has done it again. Now, Robbie, I cannot help the anointing that I cannot. It's just not in the pulpit. It's over the And so what I did was got on a level. Watch this. Because when you need something from somebody that is telling you that they have a policy in place, if you don't open your mouth, and then Carol was like, well, they said they got that black white, you know, she done got on their side. I done got mad with her. She on there. She done got, well, they said this, she done screenshotted me. I don't care. I don't care what the folks said. Because guess what? I'm a child of God. Y'all ain't ready. I'm a child of God. And God has given me something that he didn't give other folks. Guess what that was? I ain't say I'm no preacher. I just talked to the lady real nice. I said, now, man, I got a 5-year-old. This is first time. Well, see how I did it? And talk to, but see, what got the ball rolling was, now we can handle this two ways. Now, because see, I ain't going to call no more. I'm going to write. Y'all. You got to know how to enlist people for service. All right? And so she said, sir, I don't know why I'm doing this. We going against company policy. That's a lie. I knew that they do what they want to do. All right? And so here's what I'm telling you is because you are children of the king and because you are the head and not the tail, you don't have to accept no. Because you carry something that other folk don't carry. Y'all don't know what it's talking about. I said you carry something that other folk. What you carry on your life is favor. And you got to understand the sense of satisfaction that you get because you know who you are. It's not about being arrogant. But watch this. What JR said can preach. Because this is what JR is actually saying. He's saying, all we need to do is call my dad. Y'all missed that. Y'all missed that. And all y'all need to do is call y'all dad. And as JR said, and he will do it again. Because if Carol wouldn't have got that taken care of, at 8 o'clock in the morning, I was going to be at the office with my suit on. Sitting down in Dr. Ben's office talking to her. Because I have done it before. I have. Because here's the thing. I'm saying that to say this. You got to know who you are and whose you are. Yes, Lord. And what gift, plural, that you have And your gifts are not just for the body of Christ. Y'all. It ain't just for the body. You can operate out of your gift with regular folk. In your gift with regular folk. Alright? But you got to be wise as servants. Now what if I would have called the lady and just be like, listen! I'm at work, I'm trying to get something done. I'm just start going off. I wouldn't have got the lady said to me when she came back on the phone, sir, everything is taken care of. The same thing he had on the other glasses, they're going to do it. I don't know why I'm doing this for you. And this is what I said. I know why. She said, why? I said, because I'm somebody. She said, who are you? I said, didn't you read my name? I'm Jeff Tucker. I may not be somebody to her. All right. And so let's, as we are rounding this year, and as we reflect on how we started and where we are now and where we're going, be conscious and be mindful of our commitment, not to the ministry, but to God, our commitment to God. Do we need to reevaluate, are we committed to Him? Because it's about Him. And strategically, remember that the church ain't growing because of me. The church is growing because of you. And when you take that sense of responsibility and wear that badge of honor proud, I didn't say brag, but just wear it proud. You invite people here for a reason, because you're proud. Because you want folks to experience what you experience. You ain't going to invite nobody to know where they're going to go to sleep. I'm through. All right, any question? Any question? Any comments? But yeah,